Hi, welcome to this video. I am playing a rapid game on chess.com against AryaChesslover. AryaChesslover. I am AryaChesslover. I am a chess lover. Similar rating, player from India, and we have a pretty standard Guioco piano Italian opening. So white gets the center, but black has enough development to undermine it here. Okay, so this knight is pinned, so this pawn is undefended, so I can take it. And there's different ways white can play here. Castling is not that effective. No, it's not that effective because I just play, let's see if I remember this. I think I take here, and then I play d5. If you play something like queen e2, I'll just castle. Okay, this is another line. I think I just played bishop f6 here. Okay, I'll have to see if I can remember my theory here. So I'm up a piece right now, and a pawn. I can return the piece and still retain a good position. At least that's the idea. If he takes on c8, I just castle. If he plays rook e1 or queen e2, knight e7, and he doesn't have d6 because then I take here. Right, so he just takes this, so I can just castle. And my knight can come back to d6 if I need to. So I return the piece. I'm currently up a pawn, threatening to win another pawn on c6, unless he does something about that. So this should just be a fairly straightforward game for black. Okay, I'm still up a pawn, so I don't mind trading queens here. Let's suggest that idea to our opponent. Bishop takes d7. What is this? Maybe not as good of a move. This is interesting. So he is attacking the knight and wants to play something like rook e1. I don't want to defend the knight by putting my queen to a pin, but I'd pin his bishop. Bishop takes f7 doesn't do anything because my queen is protected. I'm threatening bishop to f5, which sets up a attack against the queen. And let's see. Yeah, so we could trade queens. I really don't mind that. Again, I'll trade everything if you want. I'll trade all of your pieces for all of my pieces. That would leave me with an extra pawn. Okay, I'm not sure what this is designed to accomplish. Not really sure what I'm doing in this position, actually. I guess I will try and develop my rook. You know, he's probably trying to go bishop d5, so let's stop that. Putting the pawn on c6 is probably a good idea anyway, because it's going to be on open file, so I want to have it protected. I'm giving up control of maybe the d6 square. I could always have knight c5 if I need it, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, this still does not worry me much. Play rook d8. Have rook e8 if I need the other rook. Interesting. It's too bad I was thinking about bishop g4. Well, I do have knight c5 here, and then hopping into d3. That looks like it is a good idea. He's not going to want to let me take there. Bishop c2 is impossible. Bishop d1 looks like the only move. I have knight d3, take on c1, and then take on b2. Yeah, not only do I have the extra pawn, I have better pieces. I'm using all of my pieces. My opponent still has some pieces undeveloped. Oh, okay, so you're gonna stop me from hopping into d3. I didn't realize that you could do that. There is also no back rank issues, unfortunately. I could play bishop e4. And threaten to take on e2, on f3. Let's try that. I actually, this is a rapid game, 15 minutes per side, 10-second increment. I'm actually over 15 minutes up until now. I've been moving so fast because most of the moves have been fairly natural at this point. Well, here's an idea: bishop d3, because I want to get a knight on that square. So let's. He defended the square with his bishop. Let's eliminate the bishop. I can pre-move the recapture. He's not going to want to do that. Right. Well, bishop e4 is once again an idea. A5, a4 maybe? Oh, I could take here now and harass his pawns. Yeah, why not? I get the two bishops and his pawn structure gets ruined. I just have to take a moment for a6. I don't think I'm dropping anything here. Everything looks like it's defended. Luckily I'm covering an e7 square, so b7 is never really a weakness. Yeah. Okay, so attacking this would not accomplish too much. What if I traded rooks? If I trade rooks, then I do have bishop e7. So let's invite a trade of rooks. Again, a trade helps me, and if the only rook he's left with is this pathetic thing on a3, I would say that's an improvement for me. He can never develop this bishop. This is a pretty pathetic position, actually. So here's an idea. If he doesn't trade. Well, wait a minute. If I play bishop c2, isn't he compelled to trade then? Let's see. I think he's compelled to trade, and then rook d1 is a massive threat. He can't move the bishop. He's gonna have to. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do here. He's gonna have to play knight to d2. This position is comical. Alright, yeah, but I mean, I get to take this, don't I? Oh, maybe that's a little sneaky, I see. Okay, interesting. I'll try this one first. I was tempted to take on b2, but then rook a2, and my bishops are in trouble. So this way I clear the bishop off first, and importantly I attack the knight, so that if he tried to play something like bishop to d4 to cut across my plans for taking on b2, I just take the knight first. Right, that line would go bishop takes, then bishop takes, then takes, and then takes. And still, any simplification is fine for me. So maybe I have something that's even better, but there's no need to even try it. Funny looking move, putting the bishop here. Now I really am threatening to take on b2, so he's got to do something. Well, actually, playing bishop d4 doesn't work anyway. He can't play rook a2 because then I take on b3. Can he prevent the loss of the b2 pawn? He could try with bishop c1, but then I take on f3 and play rook d1. So I don't think there's really any way for my opponent to avoid disaster in this case. Even a counterattack. Okay, well, I was thinking a counterattack with bishop to b6. I could take on a3, and then he takes my rook, I take his rook, and I'm still up a pawn in that variation. Okay. Let's ruin his pawn structure first. Then I'm going to take on b2. His rook looks nice. I mean, this rook has some activity now, but it's just not enough to do anything. Now, simple would be... I'm up 2 pawns, so let's keep this simple. I'll offer a trade of rooks. Doesn't want it. Okay. I'll offer a trade of bishops. The only thing I have to watch out for here is my back rank. I'm going to solve that issue on the next move. Unless he captures something. If he captures my bishop, I'll capture with the rook. Very simple way to solve my problem. f6. Like so, for example, rook e2. f6. Rook e8 check. Yeah, so rook e2. This should do it. f6. He plays rook e8 check, king f7. I'm covering entry here. He could try and play over. Ah, that's actually an idea. That is an idea by my opponent. Oh, but he doesn't go for it. He goes for this. This is worse for him. So, good idea, but actually, for him to play rook e7 instead of e8. Cuts my king off, but it doesn't really matter. My rook is doing a good enough job for defense here. He can't win with just his king. And I could try and kick his rook around, but let's just do this for now. I don't understand what he's trying to do here, actually. Let's play this. King f5. It's probably his plan. He's going to try and invade with his king. Yeah. Okay, so I'll harass this rook first. I'm not going to allow him to mate me. Not that easily. Alright, let's do this. Rook a1. Alright, and now this, and then take here, and I'm covering the pawn. So I get to take 2 pawns, and he can't do nothing. He or she. I should make sure I use gender neutral pronouns when playing chess. I could win his remaining pawn, actually. Think. Check here and then check here. That should do it. Why not? Let's get greedy. Yeah, this definitely loses the pawn. King h7 would have been awkward for him, but at least he wouldn't have lost his pawn. Ah, if I take the pawn, I'm mated. Let's not do that. Ho ho ho! That was close. Okay, now this is an easy win. But that was close. Almost fell for takes h5. Yeah. I have to hand it to my opponent. That was a pretty good attempt at a swindle at the end. I mean, he gives up all his pawns, tries to get an active king, and then here, if I got careless and took the pawn, then rook d1 would have been, rook d8 would have been checkmate. Wow. That would have been pitiful, right? Look at this position. And black is up 6 pawns, and he gets mated. Wow. Yeah, five pawns is good enough. You don't need to go for that 6th one. All right, great. But of course it doesn't work here, right? Obviously, check here, and this is actually a disaster for white because even if he played, let's say, king here, I'm still going to do this. I can give up the pawn. He can't catch me here, and yeah, I'd win regardless. Even without this, I'd win. All right, great. Thanks for watching.